And that is what great character can get you. Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup. We're doing it for proper people every day, well, nearly every day. Today is like another day though where we're doing it, so we're doing alright so far, I'm not going to lie to you. If you're enjoying the Redmond Roundups, then all you've got to do, well, you don't have to, but if you want and it helps a brother out, then you can smash the likes, subscribe to join the Redmond's army, and yeah, we just makes everyone happy then, do you know what I mean? But people, we've got a lot of action-packed stuff to talk about today. We've got fixtures to talk about. Obviously, Leicester have just beat Manchester United. There was a crazy game in the Premier League between Arsenal and West Ham. Celtic face Rangers. In fact, I want to touch on something to do with before I delve into anything else. And of course, as you can tell by the title, my absolute gorgeous midfielder of a number 5 wearing, smelling sensational person, Gini, he might be leaving the club, and I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I think it's more than might. I think it's like now it's pretty much done, and we now need to really talk about it. And I've been predicting it for months about Gini Wijnaldum, but I also want to go into kind of the wording that's being used for this move. But again, we'll get into that in a sec. Before I do get into that, I first off want to touch on the Rangers-Celtic game. Well, not necessarily to talk about the game because I never watched it. That being said, it finished 1-1. The league's already done. It never meant a hell of a lot more than the fact it's a derby. But I feel like it's to talk about Rangers and gives me a chance to talk about Rangers. Obviously, Kamara, if you don't know, in the game, I believe Kamara, he's their centre-back or the midfielder for Rangers. In the game against Slavia Prague, one of their players said something to Kamara, and obviously it was racial abuse, and it baffles me, but there's still parts of the world where they're just not quite clued up. Do you hear what I'm saying? Obviously, Steven Gerrard handled it like an absolute just legend that he is. This is what Steven Gerrard does, and, you know, it's one of them things where even the way he was talking about his player, it's not just PR, it's not just to make people, like him. He genuinely feels that way about his players. He feels that way about people that if he says to you that, like, he cares about you, then he means it type of thing. And I feel like, to come out like that front line and centre and stand up for your player the way you did, you've got to do that, but the way he done it, he conducted himself just like the champion that he is at the end of the day. And of course, it's just the situation shit, and I thought it was worth mentioning because, mate, again, there's just some very uneducated people in this world, still to this day, and as unfortunate as it is, we all just need to try and get past it as effectively as we can. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it's one of them things where racism is just going to go tomorrow, because it won't. But it's always about taking action, and it's always about giving consequences to the people that are doing it. I don't even care what the consequences are, whether it impacts the team. If that's what's got to be done, that's what's got to be done. You can't be having no one associated with your football club saying stuff like that. I don't care where you're from. So I just wanted to touch on that briefly. I'm not going to lie to you before I got into like the rest of the fixtures, because it's important to talk about, and people do mention it, people do talk about it, people do bring it up, but, at the end of the day, it's not getting any better, and it should be getting better by now. So let me know your thoughts about it all in the comments down below. That being said, Gini Wijnaldum to Barcelona. Now, I have a big, massive problem with this, because basically when I woke up this morning, for those who don't know the story, I open Instagram and I open Twitter, and I'm there and I'm looking and I'm thinking, it's just going to be another day of Twitter and Instagram, and next thing I just see this absolute bullshit nonsense post about fucking Gini Wijnaldum agreeing a deal with Barcelona. And let me tell you what pisses me off about it, because if you ask me, am I surprised that Gini Wijnaldum is leaving Liverpool Football Club? No, I've been saying it. If you've been a regular on the James Redmond YouTube channel for the past few months, you'll know I've been saying for a while, Gini Wijnaldum's going to go. I don't want it to happen, but he is going to go, and it is most likely going to be the case. So when you think about it in this case scenario, when I woke up, there was a link with Inter Milan a few weeks ago where that deal looked like it was going to be nearly done, and then obviously I woke up this morning, saw Barcelona, and this is basically worded it as in to say, Gini Wijnaldum has agreed to deal with Barcelona, but it was his decision to make this choice. Now, I kind of get what they mean by when they word it, oh, it's his choice and it's his decision. What they mean by that is he's maybe or maybe not, because again, it's still not 100% confirmed, but it doesn't surprise me if it is. it's his decision if he's put the pen to paper. That's his decision. But is it his decision to be forced? Because let's be honest, it's his football career. He's got 4 months left on his current contract. Regardless how much you love the club, he can't stay if he's not in a fucking contract, and he's not going to play for free. So he's forced to then look elsewhere, talk elsewhere, which furthermore creates speculation, builds interest from other clubs, because nothing's happening. No news is coming out about the club, about a contract negotiation or a contract signing. Obviously, there's rumours about the wages they couldn't agree on to whatnot. But the reason why I have a problem with this is because it's seeming to be made out that Gini Wijnaldum wants to leave Liverpool, and that's not the narrative that should be pushed. It's FSG who didn't want to re-sign Gini Wijnaldum, because as far as I'm concerned, Gini Wijnaldum's happy, Jurgen Klopp's happy. What's the middle ground? Oh, the people making the fucking decisions. And at the end of the day, if you can't cough up the money, that's an issue. And the reason why it's an issue for me, because I know he's 30 and I know he's 31. And again, the comments are the place to disagree with this, because I'm not always right. But I feel like Gini Wijnaldum brings so much more than just being an option and being there for the Liverpool team. He's also very good at what he does. He's very good in his system. He can also play many different roles. He's versatile. He can attack. He can defend. Is he effective? No. Should he shoot more? Yes. He's got flaws. He's certainly not perfect, but he's a world-class midfielder, and he contributes a lot to our team, and he contributes a hell of a lot to our squad. He's played so much football over the past few years that even if he weren't to play as much football next season, that's probably okay. Gives his legs a little rest and gives more competition for the squad. Competition is only a good thing within football and within a football squad. There's no doubt about that. You don't need to be a fucking a football scientist genius to know that. It's common sense. And Gini Wijnaldum brings all that. So not does he only bring all of that, but he brings the actual fact that he's reliable. So through times where we're getting injuries and the squad's a bit depleted, you need a player like Gini Wijnaldum. Now, should you be paying however much Gini wants, and I've heard rumours like it's 175 grand, which will make him like the 3rd or 4th highest paid player at the club. Whether he deserves that, I don't know. Whether they could have found a middle ground but didn't, I'm not too sure. I just felt like this situation could have been handled better, whether it was earlier, because bear in mind, we've known about this contract situation with Gini since the Champions League final. So it's one of them things where I feel like it's important to bring it up in that aspect. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's looking likely that Gini Wijnaldum is going to go to Barcelona, and I'm fuming because he's a legend. He's a legend, and he's going to go now. And I am going to miss him if he does go, but at the same time, he'll go down in the history books, and I'll be wearing Gini Wijnaldum shirts for the rest of my life. And if I ever see the man, he'll be getting a big fat hug from me. I can tell you that for free. But now then, people, I think it's time to delve into these games that happens in the FA Cup and that happens in the Premier League today. I'm not going to lie to you. Obviously, Leicester City and Manchester United 3. Manchester United 3, Leicester City 1. Mate, that game in itself, insane. Insanity. And I'll tell you why it's insane. Brendan Rodgers, right, is one of the most underrated managers in the Premier League. Let me just say that again. Brendan Rodgers is one of the most underrated managers in the Premier League. And let me tell you why. Because people say, oh, what he done at Celtic, oh, he should have done it. Oh, at Liverpool, he bottled the league. It's one of them things where, yeah, he should have won the league with Celtic. Very, very true. But he done it undefeated, by the way. Oh, and he shouldn't have won the league with Liverpool. He had a Luis Suarez to be able to do that for him. It weren't necessarily a case where the squad as a whole was able to compete with a Chelsea or a City, and they finished above Chelsea, and obviously they fell short to City because of individual player mistakes. And I don't like to bring it up, but moments like Steven Gerrard and, a very poor back four, not having the choice to really go out and get his own players. Mario Balotelli was not a Brendan Rodgers player, of course. We're talking later on after 13-14, but you get the point that I'm trying to make. Brendan Rodgers has always been a tactically very, very astute manager, and the things that the actions that he's took and the measures that he's took to basically go ahead and improve himself as a coach is unbelievable, because now It's paying dividends week in, week out, and let me tell you why it's showing at Leicester. Not only has he got them in a top four race, that they shouldn't even really be in. Now he's got them to a semi-final for the first time since 1982, and he's done that with injuries. And the reason why I'm talking about Leicester before I do any laughing at Manchester United is because I don't think there's too much to laugh about. Leicester City have got a very good squad. I'll give that to them. That being said, when you're playing a Manchester United team that sets up like that, it shows it's a game of two coaches, and today there was just two coaches where one coach was 20 million times better than the other. And it was just one of them things, mate, where Manchester United, they didn't look like they had a chance later on in the game. It's just a fact, they didn't look like they had a chance. So fair play to United and whatnot for, getting through in the Europa League and then getting to another quarter-final. But it's only quarter-finals and semi-finals for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. And I think that's just starting to show that no matter how much quality you have in that team, and debate all you want, United have a good squad. Is it the best squad they can have? Probably not. But it's still a good squad, and it's better than most squads in the league. And I'm not just talking 11, I'm talking squad. Squad depth, options. United have got them. Leicester don't have options. Leicester have had it really bad this season, and now they've gone into this game, showed perseverance. They've gone with a two up top. Who goes with a two up top nowadays? No one. But Brendan Rodgers is making it work because he knows how to manage the game. He knows where he can exploit things. You've got to give a shout out to Iheanacho as well, by the way. Iheanacho, someone who a few weeks ago, if I spoke to any Leicester fan, most of them would have told me that Iheanacho was shit and he hasn't really got a place at Leicester, and it's not... He doesn't have that much end product, mate. He's on fire. I think he's the top goal scorer in 2021. I might be wrong there, by the way. Don't fact check me on that. But fact check me. But don't take my word for that because it might not be true. However, he's up there with the top goal scorers. And yes, we're in March, but still, that's impressive. We're talking about Iheanacho. We're not talking about Jamie Vardy, who, by the way, missed a massive chance where they could have actually took Leicester further in the league. They were dominating Man United. They played fantastically well. And again, don't get me wrong, United got a very, very good goal. Mason Greenwood, great finish, and also great pass from Paul Pogba. Great little dummy from Van der Beek as well. You've got to give respect there. That's another thing you've got to talk about. Why isn't Van der Beek playing for Manchester United more often? Furthermore, why is Van der Beek getting taken off after 65 minutes of a game that he was bossing? Don't get me wrong, he weren't playing elite, but he was playing better than the players you're probably going to bring on. And he's not playing more, so you don't have to worry about match fitness. Oh, and by the way, there's a friggin' international break literally happening as we speak. This was the last game for United before that international break. So you don't have to worry about legs. You don't have to worry about minutes. So why are you taking Van der Beek off? Makes zero sense. United deserve to be out of that. And a few months ago or whatever, the amount of abuse and stick of this clip that I put out one time about talking about Manchester United. And don't get me wrong, it's because I said we were going to beat them in the league and we never ended up beating them in the league. Granted. That being said, I also said in that same video, the way that United were playing at that time, which is the same as now, it's very moments. And what I mean by moments from certain players, from certain brilliant individuals who have the ability to just change a game by themselves. Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Luke Shaw, these type of players that have been doing it for United all season, carrying them out of games that they haven't been playing well in. It's not sustainable. And I've been trying to say this to United fans for a very, very long time, and I feel like a lot of them know. A lot of United fans, especially who watch this channel, very clued up. They know the situation at their club, but there is also a select few that don't seem to know. And listen, I'm a very open-minded person, but I don't know what reason you can give me right now to say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a very, very good manager. I don't think he's shit, but I do think there's way, way more managers that's better than him. And of course, he's got tactics. Every manager has got tactics, but at the end of the day, his tactics and his level of being able to be a manager at a top club like Man United. Has he got that level? I don't know if he does. That being said, great win for Leicester. They go to the semi-finals, and then the remaining fixtures. Chelsea beat Sheffield 2-0, another clean sheet. Thomas Tuchel masterclass. I'm going to need to do like a video or something on Thomas Tuchel because he just deserves my time with what he's been doing at Chelsea. Great win for them there. Who knows? Chelsea could finish this season with a fucking double. We just don't know about it. Like, it's one of them things with Chelsea right now, yeah, where you asked me this 8 weeks ago, Chelsea could win the Champions League and the FA Cup. I laugh in your face and I spit. Not on you. I'm not going to do a Jamie Carragher moment. I mean on the floor. And I spit out of... Because I've choked. Because I wouldn't believe you. It would be ludicrous for you to say such a thing. It'd be stupid. Do you know how ridiculous you would sound? And I've said some crazy things in my life there. You know, I know, we both know. I've said some fucking ludicrous things in my lifetime. But if you told me Frank Lampard was going to go and win the FA Cup or the Champions League, I would have laughed in your face. 8 weeks later, or not even 8 weeks, however many weeks it's been, now they're looking like they could win both. And if Tuchel just came that little bit earlier, who's to say they might not be in the title race? I don't think they would. I think City's run was that dominant, but no one's beating Chelsea right now. Even if you draw against them, you're not beating them because you're not scoring. No one's scoring. Unbelievable run by Chelsea at the moment, and they're actually having a very similar run to what City have just had, so who's to say they wouldn't have been in the title race if Tuchel just came a little bit earlier? In hindsight, and hindsight's a very beautiful thing, that was a great decision from Roman Abramovich, no doubt about it. Anyway, great win there for Chelsea. Everton get knocked out. Everton fans, come on, you know what I mean. I know you got excited there for a minute, but at least you got knocked out by City at the end of the day. No sour grapes there when you're losing to a team like that. Absolutely fantastic squad of players where no matter who they seem to start, first 11 or second 11, it just seems to still be a first 11. And that's just what they can do. The game changed massively, and I've done a watch along on my channel. I don't know if you were there, but the game changed massively. It was a very boring end-to-end game, but around the final 10 minutes when De Bruyne came on, that's when the game changed. Gundogan got a goal. I believe Kevin De Bruyne got the second. And yeah, mate, it was just a great win for City. They're probably going to go and win it. They're my favourites to win it, but again, Chelsea could very much be in that conversation. But Everton, you haven't won a trophy since 1995. And now we move on to the 26th year. So don't... I know you want to claim Merseyside for it, but it's just not, though, is it? Like, it's just not. And you're going to need a lot more than one derby win to basically claim that. So, sorry about that, but prize denied. Anyway, and then Southampton beat Bournemouth 3-0, which I actually predicted correctly in my predictions videos, not going to lie to you. And then the last game I want to talk about before I wrap up this Redmond roundup, because it couldn't go missed. West Ham and Arsenal 3-3. And by the way, time of recording, the Tottenham-Aston Villa game is taking place. Mourinho could have had a stinker, he could have had a boring draw, he could have had a masterclass, but I haven't saw it yet, so I'm not going to talk about it in this one, but I'm doing a footy roundup show tomorrow, so we'll talk about it there. But as for West Ham and Arsenal, geez Louise on a drumstick, mate. Jesse Lingard is a motherfucker. And the thing is, Lingard has always had the ability on the ball, especially to be able to be one of the top players in this league, but there was just a moment there at Man United where he weren't given the opportunity, and when he was given the opportunity, there was nothing really there backing him up, and the system certainly didn't fit him a lot, whereas now he's gone to West Ham. He's very integral to that system. They've built a system kind of around him because they know what he can bring as a player and his talents that he possesses. And that's just showing dividends. World-class goal. He even got a great assist today as well from a free kick, which was just dead smart, kind of reminded me of the corner, you know, Trent to Origi. You know, Origi for Liverpool, this one, you know what I mean? That one. It was like a sort of set-piece free kick just from the edge of the box, I think it was. Played it quick, ball into the box, boom, Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. Unbelievable. Who else scored for them? Yeah, it was Souček got a brace, but it was actually one goal for West Ham and an own goal. But I could give that to Lacazette. Lacazette got a brace, and it was actually a very good finish as well. Second goal was a good finish, good header. And obviously Craig Dawson back with the fucking own goals, as he always usually does. I believe he's had a few this season, Dawson. I might be wrong there. 3-3 draw, away from home. Arsenal needs a 3 points. West Ham needs a 3 points. I'm happy. I'll take that result. I'll take that as a Liverpool fan all day long. Because at the end of the day, West Ham, if there is any sort of friggin' hope that Liverpool are going to get top 4 this season, West Ham are one of them contenders, so we need to watch out for them, and also we don't want them to get into our path. So, sound result, but not perfect for either side. But let me know what you thought in the comments down below, people. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. It's been another Redmond roundup. I believe, in fact, no, tomorrow I won't be doing a Redmond roundup, but that's because we've got a footy roundup show at 1, and then we've got a LFC talk show at 9 PM with the lads, Darren, Conroy, and Nick as well. So make sure that you're there. Oh, make sure that you're square. Anyway, people, smash a like and also subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching this video. Love for all the support, and have a belter. Peace out.